Hi guys, my name is Andrei Militante and I am reporting about cryptography. About cryptography. Before we begin, here's a scenario about the cryptography. When Julius Caesar sent messages to his generals, he didn't trust his messengers. So he replaced every A in his messages with a D, every B with an E, and so on through the alphabet. Only someone who knew that shift by 3 rule could decipher his messages. This is a form of cryptography. So what is cryptography? Cryptography provides for secure communication in the presence of malicious third parties known as adversaries. Encryption uses an algorithm and a key to transform an input into an encrypted output. A given algorithm will always transform the same plain text into the same ciphertext if the same key is used. Algorithms are considered secure if an attacker cannot determine any properties of the plain text or key given the ciphertext. An attacker should not be able to determine anything about a key given a large number of plain text or ciphertext combination which use the key. Encryption and decryption. Data that can be read and understood without any special measures is called plain text or clear text. The method of disguising plain text in such a way as to hide its substance is called encryption. Encrypting plain text results in unreadable gibberish called ciphertext. You use encryption to ensure that information is hidden from anyone for whom it is not intended, even those who can see the encrypted data. The process of reverting ciphertext to its original plaintext is called decryption. How does cryptography works? Cryptographic algorithm or cipher is a mathematical function used in encryption and decryption process. An cryptographic algorithm works in combination with a key, a word, a number, or phrase to encrypt the plain text. The same plain text encrypts to different ciphertexts with different keys. The security of encrypted data is entirely dependent on two things: the strength of cryptographic algorithm and the secrecy of the key. Types of cryptography. Cryptography can be broken into 3 different types: secret key cryptography, public key cryptography, and the last is hash functions. Secret key cryptography. Secret key cryptography or symmetric cryptography uses a single key to encrypt data. Both encryption and decryption in symmetric cryptography use the same key, making this the easiest form of cryptography. The cryptographic algorithm utilizes the key in a cipher to encrypt the data. And when the data must be accessed again, a person entrusted with a secret key can decrypt the data. Secret key cryptography can be used on both in transit and at rest data, but in commonly only used on at rest data. Sending the secret to the recipient of the message can lead to compromise. Public key cryptography. Public key cryptography or asymmetric cryptography uses 2 keys to encrypt data. One is used for encryption while the other key can decrypt the message. Unlike symmetric cryptography, if one key is used to encrypt, the same key cannot decrypt the message. Rather, the other key shall be used. Last is hash functions. So hash functions are irreversible. One-way function will protect the data at the cost of not being able to recover the original message. So hashing. Hashing is a way to transform a given string into a fixed length string. A good hashing algorithm will produce unique outputs for each input given. The only way to crack a hash is by trying every input possible until you get the exact same hash. A hash can be used for hashing data such as passwords and in certificates. So examples of cryptography. Example of symmetric cryptography. Symmetric cryptography is an encryption system in which the sender and receiver of a message share a single common key that is used to encrypt and decrypt the message. They include encryption methods that are best suited for processing large data streams. Example of methods that use symmetric encryption includes Advanced Encryption Standard or AES, Data Encryption Standard DES, and International Data Encryption Method or IDAA, and Camellia, Misty One, Skipjack, and the last is Two Fish. So, example of asymmetric cryptography. Asymmetric cryptography or public key cryptography encryption methods are best used for key exchange, user authentication, and digital signatures. In public key cryptography, a pair of keys is used to encrypt and decrypt a message so that it arrives securely. Applications that use asymmetric cryptography includes Secure Socket Layer or SSL, Transport Layer Standard or TLS is used for transmitting data over the internet. RSA used in electronic commerce protocols, software production, key exchange, and digital signatures. Next is Pretty Good Privacy or PGP. Is used for authentication of data communication and decrypting email messages. And the last is GNU Privacy Guard or the GNU PG or GPG. Is a standard that tracks specification of Open PGP. So cryptography and protecting information systems. So cryptography can be useful in authentication, digital signatures. Authentication and digital signatures are very important application of public key cryptography. And number 2 is secure network communications. So these are my sources, and that's all for my report about cryptography. Thank you.